Much. Well, our Call 11 for Action team is still working on a case involving families caught in the middle of a battle over their homes. Melissa Andrews is here to update us on what's going on. And Mel, this is a deadline approaching for these families. Do they know where they're going?
They don't. I just talked to one of the families this morning. This all surrounds families looking for maybe a place to rehab, which a lot of people do. They stumble upon a Facebook post and there are trailers that are available. They're vacant. This is out in Defiance. You can come pick one that you like that'll work for your family, fix it up, and then off you go. You just pay the rent and the lot fee and you're living there until a couple weeks later when there's a notice of demolition slapped on the trailer. Essentially get out of here by January 19th, which is tomorrow.
So they were obviously misled here in this situation where they went on this marketplace posting, thought that they were getting something that they could live in forever.
Yeah, the reason they were misled is because the owners of the trailer park knew way back in September that these particular units, 18 of them, were slated to be torn down because they were in violation of 9 city ordinance codes. So essentially, they rented them knowing that they were going to be torn down. Now, we have had people reach out to us and comment on our Facebook page in defense of the trailer park, saying that the city has always been after this trailer park, trying to get it shut down, but we haven't found evidence of the city having any sort of vendetta. In fact, we found evidence that these places could very well be unsafe. But this particular family that you're looking at, they just kind of want an extension. I talked to the city law director and he said, you know, that could be unsafe too, because we don't know whether everything's plumbed correctly and electrical and all those things. So the city feels it's equally unsafe to let them stay.
So it's hard to say, you know, so who is at fault here? Obviously, it's not the families, right?
It's not the families. They're the victims of this, really. We dug into who the owner is of this property. Actually, his business license was revoked by the state of Ohio back in May for failing to update the state on who's actually running the business. The interesting thing about that is this was under an LLC. So when you lose your LLC, you make yourself personally liable for any lawsuits that come against you.
So can the family sue him?
They can, and they can actually reach out to the Ohio Attorney General's office and file a complaint there, but there is room for a civil complaint. The law director there in Defiance says these trailer park owners haven't necessarily done anything criminal, though.
Oh, okay. Well, in the meantime, these families, it's dead of winter. These families are, you know, up against a deadline, needing a place to go. So
yeah, the city says that they're trying to reach out to any housing agencies to help them, but really they say because of liability issues, their hands are tied to do anything more.
Okay, well, you can find the stories on WTOL.com. And if you have a problem, you can reach out to our Call 11 for Action team at 11investigates@WTOL.com.